Everyone can experience sensitive skin at times, whether it's related to an allergy that you may have, a product that you use that might irritate the skin, or something uncomfortable you've come in contact with. As someone with extremely sensitive skin myself, I understand the frustration and irritation and sometimes pain that comes from these reactions. Over time and through some research as well as trial and error, I have gathered some tips for those who might suffer from these issues. I have found that there are a few ways to soothe a mild allergen-triggered reaction, a product-related reaction, and a physical irritation from clothes or irritating materials. First, if you have an allergy to something and you're aware of that allergy, you might want to try and not come in contact with that allergen as best you can. So sometimes seasonal allergies can even cause this irritated, itchy skin, and you would treat this like any other kind of allergy symptoms, like a runny nose or itchy, watery eyes. I have found two effective ways to treat this type of reaction. The first is an antihistamine when the reaction occurs. So some minor allergic reactions that involve itchy skin can be soothed by taking a histamine blocker. So thinking Benadryl or Zyrtec. Take a Benadryl after the irritation starts, or if you've gone to a doctor for this type of reaction, you might be prescribed a prescription antihistamine for itching. Taking an antihistamine such as Zyrtec or something similar to that daily can help if you're more prone to this type of itchy skin, or if you have pollen or mold allergies. This will help with that as well. Keeping the area moisturized. Keeping an irritated area moisturized will reduce itchiness and burning for any kind of reaction. Use a trusted, unscented, hypoallergenic if possible, moisturizer with soothing ingredients like oatmeal or aloe gel, and we'll talk more about those later. A cold press, if the reaction stings and itches, will soothe temporarily. A cold pack on an itchy spot will keep the spot from being itchy for a short amount of time until the rest of the things you've done actually kick in. Sometimes reactions occur after using a new product for the first time. This type of reaction can be mostly prevented, but if it occurs, it can also be soothed. So first, to prevent this type of reaction, you would want to do a test patch of any new product that you have purchased and are going to try and use. Do a test patch of it on your skin, a small portion of your skin, before using it on either your entire body or your face especially. So the inside of the wrist is a perfect place to do a test patch. Let the product sit on the skin for a little while, and if it reacts badly, if it starts to burn or itch, then don't use that product on the rest of your face or body or anything, because you will most likely come into a allergic reaction of that product, from that product. A lot of products actually come with the directions to do a test patch of the product before using it on the rest of your body. And you would especially want to do this if you're using something like for the first time, new. Second, read the ingredient list of all products to see if there are any harsh or possibly irritating ingredients in the products. Especially do this if you have any type of food or cosmetic allergies, because if you have an allergy to a certain something that's in a lot of cosmetics, like sulfur. I have a friend that's allergic to sulfur or sulfate, anything with sulfate in it. And a lot of shampoos and facial cleansers and different cosmetics contain sulfate compounds, and she can't use any of those because they're very irritating to her skin. They cause her to break out in hives. I personally can't use anything with avocado in it because I have a very severe avocado allergy, and I can't use any face masks or hair products that have avocado or avocado oil in them. And the third way to prevent this type of reaction would be to not leave the product on longer than the directions say. So don't leave the products on if it's a mask or a facial cleanser. If it says leave it on for 5 minutes, take it off after 5 minutes, because it could cause an irritation that may not have happened if you had taken it off within the time recommended. Especially do this if you're using something like a depilatory cream or some alternative to shaving, anything that has harsh chemicals in it, because this can definitely cause a chemical burn, which is a lot harder to treat and soothe. It's still possible, but it's more severe and more painful, and I know that from experience. If a reaction does occur, there are a few ways to calm it down and prevent any further skin damage and irritation. First, you would want to wash the skin with a sensitive wash. Think like Dove's Sensitive Skin, or for the face, a gentle, non-irritating cleanser like the Simple Sensitive Foaming Facial Cleanser is a good one for the face. After that, let your face dry or your skin dry and calm down. Don't put makeup or any scented products on top of it, even if it's red and irritated. Don't put makeup on top of it. Don't put a scented lotion on top of it, because it will only make this reaction worse. And if this reaction is bad, take a small dose of an over-the-counter anti-inflammatory, such as like ibuprofen, if there's pain or swelling from this reaction, and apply a cold press for comfort. It will reduce the inflammation for that as well. And the last irritant that we will talk about is a new blanket, or annoying hay from a hayride, or a new sweater that's very itchy. Sometimes materials can irritate the skin. A way to prevent this is to moisturize. The more moisturized your skin is, the better it will be able to handle irritating fabrics, because healthy, moisturized skin will not be as easily irritated or broken by fabrics or things that irritate it. Some moisturizers contain extra calming properties and ingredients that you should definitely go for when looking for moisturizers. If you experience discomfort, using things with ingredients that calm the skin will help, such as oatmeal or aloe. If the reaction from hay, for example, you might also apply a Benadryl ointment or cream, because this will help soothe that area. You can also take an oatmeal bath, and oatmeal is a common ingredient in soothing products, as we have discovered from my suggestions today. According to an article on Healthline, a powder-like substance from ground oats is very soothing, and this is what is in all of the oatmeal soothing products that you would see that are targeted towards for soothing irritated or dry skin. And this is because the fats and the sugars in oats have a soothing and coating effect on dry, itchy skin. This makes even broken or irritated skin feel more supple and healthy, which will help keep it from being irritated by other irritants. Something to be aware of with this is if you have a gluten allergy or something like that, stay away from the oatmeal bath and possibly some of the other oatmeal ingredients. In conclusion, there are many things that can irritate your skin, especially if you're more prone to sensitive skin and allergies. These tips can help you prevent and soothe some of these issues should you run into them. From allergens to itchy fabrics, There are ways to cope with sensitivities. These tips are helpful to myself as well as friends I've shared them with. But you should definitely contact a doctor if you encounter a serious or painful reaction. Definitely contact your healthcare professionals and make sure it's not dangerous to your well-being. So, that's it.